Morning, everybody. It's a welcome to Change Wednesday and glorious sunshine today. It's blue skies with some lovely white fluffy clouds. I want to thank Debs, a friend, for suggesting this title. She raised the point that people are going back to work, and some already have maybe gone back to work, but having had many months of isolation and working from home, it is, or it can be, a shock to the system. You're suddenly with people. Hi Debs, thanks for watching. Just give her a wee wave there. So my thoughts on this title relate to how to cope with change. And change can be happy for some, so you're desperate, you're excited, but traumatic too. And remember last week I talked about having enthusiasm, a state of mind that's very much needed, as it motivates, it inspires you to take action. But when you're enthusiastic, you take control of your life, you influence your life. And with enthusiasm, you can achieve results, even ones you thought were impossible. But enthusiasm also gives you energy, so you need to be enthusiastic. And enough energy you get is to accomplish what you want and create the life you want. But having been isolated for working from home, then you might have been excited and enthusiastic about going back to work, but the enthusiasm, too big a word this morning, the enthusiasm might not last. As you enter the doors of the workplace and you suddenly find yourself that you're not alone, you're working again with people you worked with before lockdown, or perhaps you've had to take a new job, therefore you're working with people you don't know. You might even be working with people that maybe you didn't get on with. So lots of things are going through your head. Perhaps you own your own business and you had to close during the pandemic. So you've been desperate for some normality. Everybody has. But suddenly you don't really know what normal is. You're overwhelmed and your enthusiasm and your energy wanes. You just get a bit deflated and you're filled with a range of emotions. They vary from excitement to even relief. Oh, you're back. Is this normal? But you also feel worried, anxious, and even a feeling of fear and dread. So what do? You know that being with others in the workplace means that you have to consider the safety protocols, not just for yourself, but for everyone around you and for visitors coming to the workplace. Your safety concerns will not just be around your physical health, but your mental health. The workplace employers, they'll find that productivity might be reduced because workers are experiencing feelings of anxiety and fear. They've got to be aware of that. For each individual, more than ever, you need to know how to manage your well-being. When you, like most of us, have been hoping for a return to normality, a return to work, why should you feel anxious, stressed, afraid, overwhelmed? What's the reason that you feel this way? Well, the reason for these feelings is due to uncertainty and unknown. You just don't know what's the future holds. It's like a minute to minute existence. There have been so many varying rules and regulations through this lockdown, through the 15 months. They caused confusion. Confusion still exists for many of us, and confusion causes you to feel anxious and stressed. So you ask yourself questions like, do I have to wear a mask at all times? Or when and where? Do my colleagues have to wear masks? What if they don't? Do they have to wear them all the time? When? Where? Are visitors only allowed in certain areas of the workplace? How often will my offices or workplace be cleaned? Finally, will you cope with being away from home, where you've worked for many months in isolation? All these questions are probably, and many more, will be racing around your head, and you feel as if your head could explode. So much to think about, so many questions. If you're opening your business, perhaps you have a business that you're waiting to open or you're hoping to open, you'll have all sorts of questions in your head as well about the safety of your customers. You'll be worried about having less business, less income. So you will experience feelings of fear and loss. So what what do you need? What do you need to do? Well, techniques, first of all, to stop overthinking, to stop you from feeling anxious, afraid, overwhelmed by this uncertainty. The issue is that if uncertainty goes on for a long period of time, then it's really unhealthy for you, and it damages your emotional, your psychological, your mental and overall well-being. So there always will be challenges in life. Change happens all the time. So in addition to techniques for stopping overthinking, you need to be flexible and adaptable, because you'll need to find new ways to connect with other people, whether that's your colleagues, your customers, your friends, your family. If you've been working as a team, maybe using Zoom, video Zooms and Microsoft Team, you'll need to find new ways of working with them face to face, but maintaining a distance to stop or prevent the spread of infection. All these things worry people. And it's not just you. The next issue is that you're all individual and you'll deal with these challenges in different ways. Remember when we talked about at the start of the pandemic, many people were saying, oh, we're all in the same boat. Well, do you remember I said we're not? We weren't all in the same boat. We were in very different boats. And even within these boats, every individual experiences things differently. And it's the same with returning to work or opening your business again. You're in very different boats, and even in each of these different businesses and workplaces, each individual will experience things differently. Another issue is that you'll be around people. If you're feeling afraid and overwhelmed, others will too. And the people who are treating this really negatively, you'll be around people who are negative. And it's vital that you remove yourself as much as possible from this negativity, negative people. And certainly don't get drawn into their negativity. Excuse yourself. Remember, through the lockdown, all my videos I used to recommend when you were living at home with perhaps people who are negative, worried all the time. Take yourself off to the little room, the restroom or the toilet area, even in the workplace. Go there so that you have time for you. And it's just a couple of minutes or so, time for you to do my ABC. And I repeat, surround yourself with positive people. I talked about this last week. Surround yourself with positive people. They're optimistic, they're enthusiastic, they encourage you, and they want you to achieve the best for you and themselves. Remember, positivity is contagious, just as negativity is. So you want to be positive because it's contagious, and enthusiasm is contagious as well. If you smile and laugh and you're enthusiastic, it just draws positive people to you and it rubs off on other people. So some general tips for coping. First of all, you need to recognise and acknowledge your feelings of fear. Don't say, oh, I'm not afraid. Don't do that at the moment. Recognise that you have feelings of anxiety, fear, even sadness. Most of all, everyone will be feeling the same in different kind of ways. Respect yourself and others. Don't judge people, just respect yourself and others. Be supportive of others and their feelings and needs. Remember, change happens all the time. And this change is like any other change. You have to adjust to it. Change is it's like a loss. This returning to work, we've lost working from home. When we were working and suddenly there was the pandemic, we lost working from our offices. So we were sent home. So all these changes were happening and you need to adjust to it. So it's like a loss and you have to go through a process. It's like the grieving process and you need to give yourself time. So you need to be patient. Patient with yourself. Accept that you've got all sorts of feelings, a range of feelings, and there's nothing wrong with that. You just need to manage them. If you're an employer or you've got your own business, then be patient with yourself and your customers and your employees. Have a positive attitude, and I say it time and time again, but smile and laugh And your customers and your employees, your customers will return and your employees will feel better. Be supportive of your employees and the different feelings that they're going through. For those returning to work, please don't just leave everything up to your employer. There's been a lot of talk about we're needing to wear masks, we've got the vaccine, but people have forgotten that one of the things we need to do, every single person, is take responsibility and be accountable for your actions. Your employer knows what rules they need to follow, and of course they should be following them. And they will do. I mean, they need to comply with regulations. But, sometimes we go, well, that's the employer should be doing that for us. Well, yes, they should. But you yourself must be responsible and take accountability for your own life. It seems to just have been forgotten about. And funnily enough, I heard on the news, somebody was interviewing, I think, someone about the lockdowns and the easing of lockdowns and what will happen. And I found it quite odd, actually, that he said, oh, we're now moving into a situation where people have to be responsible and accountable. I'm sorry, that should be the first thing that we're taught, even in primary school. It just seems to be forgotten about. It's like the blame culture, it's everybody else's fault. Well, we need to take responsibility and be accountable for what we do. The next tip is take time and space for you. Remember the small room, the toilet area, bathroom or whatever. You really need to go to, thanks Alan, give Alan a wee wave there. You need to take time for you. I think we forget that because we're surrounded by people. Now, when I'm surrounded by people, I've practiced my ABC, my techniques for years, so I can actually do it even when I'm with people. I can sort of zone out a bit and just think of my breathing and my affirmations and even visualise if somebody's annoying me and visualise them in that balloon and I'm sending them off. But it can be difficult. So just excuse yourself and say, oh, I need to go to the restroom just now. Go there, couple of minutes, and just to take 3 deep breaths. Just sit for a minute and calm yourself, because that calms and energises you. Now, we don't know, the other thing is we don't know the effects that returning to work has on people. That will be researched for the future. We do know that those affected by COVID are experiencing recovery in different ways. Some have long-term COVID, some will have PTSD. There will be continuing research over all of this. But in addition to taking measures for yourself to keep yourself safe, such as your personal hygiene, masks, cleaning the workplace, using sanitizer for your hands, just keeping yourself safe, physically sort of safe. You need techniques to help you cope with the vast range of feelings. That's your anxiety, your overwhelming, your fear, you're getting yourself worked up. So these techniques are, first of all, get yourself into a routine. Now, in a way, I think I did a change one a while ago, but if you've not returned to work already, and you're expecting to go back to work, please start your routine now. If you're already in work and you maybe haven't done this, try it now. Get into a routine. I suggest that you wake up at the correct time, you get dressed, you work your normal working hours if you're not back at work yet. Get yourself into that working zone. And of course, really do my ABC morning and night, but when you get up, and of course, this is fear, it's a funny thing, but when you're waking up and you're maybe now going back into work, you might waking up thinking, oh, I really don't want to go, or I do want to go. So it's a mixture of things. So you need to get enough sleep and rest. Take breaks. So if you're still working from home, remember to take breaks for yourself. If you're back at work, take breaks. Check in with colleagues as well. And of course, go outside and just look at nature. You know, even if you can just get to the window, actually. I look out and I see the blue sky and the clouds, and it just lifts you. But if you can actually get outside and breathe in the air, it's just fabulous. It gives you a new perspective on things. And last but certainly not least, please practice my ABC. Remember the power of the mind. Develop this positive attitude of mind. And remember, only you can change you, no one else. So if you're negative and going into the workplace, you're going to affect everybody else. But if you're positive and there's all these negative people around, you can't change them. But you can remove yourself from the negativity, but you can hopefully, with your upbeat attitude, it can be contagious. And hopefully, little by little, they will change themselves. So what are my ABCs for today? I would recommend that for change, you could say, I face change. I manage change. I am positive. It could be, I have a positive attitude. I am flexible. I'm adaptable. I am creative. Remember, creativity builds this resilience and flexibility. And when you've got that, you really have the courage to just endure every day in a different, positive, constructive way. So make up your own. Remember the 3Ps principle. The P for personal, P for positive, and P for present or past tense. Remember, always remember, I like to think of it as the Olympic athletes. They don't go, oh, I think I'm going to get the gold medal in the next Olympics. They've already got it. They say, I have won. I have the medal. So you need to use the past or present tense. So I am positive, or I have a positive attitude. Breathe, B. This is so important, and I just can't stress it enough. Regularly practice effective breathing until it's a good habit. And I'm sure it stood me in good stead. There, for all my kind of acting friends, singers, all these people who do yoga, they probably do this anyway. But I've spoken to a few. I know close friends who do yoga, and they've actually said to me, oh, I can't do that breathing. I think it's a bit odd, because I would practice that first. Because when you breathe in through the nose and your diaphragm goes out, so it's kind of a bit counterintuitive. But when you breathe in, you'll notice if I was to do shallow breathing, I'm breathing at the top of the chest. That's shallow breathing. It doesn't do anything for us. So if you breathe from, and I'm pushing my tummy and my diaphragm out, that's deep breathing, and it brings breath into your body, flows into the lungs, it increases the lung capacity. And that's really vital. It's been vital, particularly through COVID or any flu infections. You're increasing the lung capacity and you're oxygenating the blood. So it's got this effect of being calming. It calms you, but it also energizes you. What more could you want? And it's free. We have to breathe to live. So why not breathe with deep breathing? So take 3 deep breaths. It calms, it relaxes you, but it energizes you. So if you're getting up in the morning and worried about what you're going to do, take 3 deep breaths. If you're on the bus or the train or you're walking to work and you're frightened, range of feelings go through, stop. Just focus on your breath. Just say to yourself, breathe in, hold, and then exhale slowly. Just think of that. And if you're in the workplace and you're getting worked up, or you feel a panic attack rising, that I can't do this anymore, take 3 deep breaths. It's so effective. And sometimes it's funny, because I think some of the simple things in life, they're so easy, they're so simple, that people actually dismiss them. They go, oh, that wouldn't work. Well, it does work, and research shows it works. My ABC techniques are proven psychological techniques that improve your well-being. They reduce stress, reduce anxiety, they reduce that overwhelming feeling of that you can't cope. So all these things improve your overall well-being, and they will improve your they'll help you cope better with change. And any change, no matter what life throws at you, you'll be able to cope better. So the C is for creative imagination. And I love this one because creativity builds resilience. So when my Mind Bites meditations, they're mindfulness meditations, they calm you, but they also energize you. So you need that to kind of carry you through every day. They're so easy, they're easy to use tips. As I say, proven psychologically effective. But what is hard, because everything worthwhile takes effort. So although they're easy to use tips, what's hard is to make them your good habit. And remember, how do you do that? That's my 28-day or 30-day program. You need to practice. Say we do my ABC on a Wednesday. Now, I know I was doing it daily before at the beginning of the pandemic. I'm only doing it on a Wednesday. Now, if you're doing that, that's no use. It's not going to become your good habit. If you just wait, well, I'll see Pat next Wednesday. You need to actually, oh, hi, Elaine. That was fabulous. Lovely, Elaine. Give a wee wave. So you can't just say, well, I'll wait to do it with Pat on Wednesday, because that's not creating a good habit. Now, think of all the bad habits you have. Why did they become bad habits? You did them every day. So you need to do them every day. So the 30-day program, it's easy to remember 30 days, or try and think maybe of a month. So your 30-day would be, you start today, you need to do it tomorrow, and Friday, and Saturday, and Sunday. Oh, I forget to do it on Monday. Well, you need to start your 30 days again. That's what's quite hard. But if you try and maybe set your alarm and, well, what are the things you do every day that's a habit? Brush your teeth. So when you brush your teeth, do my ABC. It's as simple as that. So you can just affirm, I feel good today. Take a deep breath in as you're brushing your teeth and just imagine clouds scudding across the sky. That's the C. That's your creative imagination. And it's as easy as that. So do it every day when you brush your teeth. I like thinking of people doing it in the morning and night, but try and get into that habit. So I thought for today, you can look through my YouTube channel. All my live videos are there, so you can pick a topic you want. There's varying topics, and they're all techniques for living life to the fullest in a positive, constructive way. So for today, what would I do? I think I did it last night in my room. I've got a live room on a Tuesday night at 8. You're welcome to join. But I thought we would take what would be quite good. You need to be in a safe place. So if you're in the workplace and you're feeling it's not very safe, take yourself off to your safe place. So I thought we would just finish today's live video with a nice mindfulness Mind Bites exercise. And so if you'd like to sit with your feet on the ground, now if you're in work, you can actually do this, but people don't know you're doing it because you're just going to close your eyes for a minute or two and you can listen to my voice, maybe listen to it later as well. So if you have your feet on the ground, no crossed legs, back straight but not stiff, you want to have that confident posture, because that makes you feel good. Don't slump in your chair, So if I was just to sit like this, you're all a bit fed up. I'd get you negative within seconds. So we need to be positive. So if you want to close your eyes now, we're going to go to your safe place. And this exercise, this creative exercise, helps you to reduce fear and anxiety. You can let go of fear and you feel good and safe where you are. So close your eyes and just listen to my voice. Now take a deep breath in through the nose. Hold. And then exhale slowly through the mouth. Now imagine yourself in a place that you like to be. This can be anywhere. Somewhere you like to go, to dream, or just sit. Imagine your surroundings. All around you is quiet. You feel safe. This is your safe place. No one can enter unless you want them to. You're comfortable just being there. You have no fears when you're there. Remember, this is your safe place. This is your safe place in your mind. Now take a deep breath in through the nose. Hold. And then exhale slowly through your mouth. Now take another deep breath in, and as you breathe in confidence. Breathe in a positive attitude. Feel that confidence flow through your mind and body. Say to yourself, I am confident. I am no longer stressed. I manage change. No matter what change there is, I cope with this. I am no longer anxious. I am confident. And I have peace of mind. And then you can just open your eyes and you can repeat, I am positive, I am confident, any kind of affirmation at all. And then yawn, stretch, because you've been sitting for a couple of minutes, and just bring yourself back into the now. And I was reminded last night, I often say shugle your shoulders. I don't know if that's a Glasgow thing, but it's shaking your shoulders, just moving, relaxing yourself. So I hope you've enjoyed that. And as always, anything else, 2 trademark tips are smile and laugh. They cost you nothing. And thank you everyone for watching and listening, and virtual hugs to you all. Have a fabulous day, and it looks as if it's going to be superb weather today, and it's getting a wee bit warmer, so get out there. And I think Elaine is already in a lovely warm country, so enjoy the sunshine, I know you will, and I'll see you next Wednesday. So if you have any topics you'd like me to talk about, please post or private message me. And fabulous, thank you very much for watching. It inspires and motivates me too. So have a great day at work or wherever you are. Virtual hugs to everybody. Bye for now.